Coffee time and welcome to this week's video. The intention today is to explore a new venue, a place called Hook-with-Warsash Nature Reserve, a bit of a mouthful there, on the south coast, Southampton water. So the intention is to get there a couple of hours before high tide, which is about 12 o'clock. So I want to try and get there around 10, have a little explore. So what I thought I'd do is, on the way down, is to pull into Fishlake Meadows here, which is a lovely venue. Managed to get some nice warblers in the spring, the grasshopper warbler being a real highlight. See if I can link that video here. And also at this time of year, what I'm really looking for is to see whether the ospreys have dropped in on their way passage back. The last couple of years I've managed to get them a few times. It's a little bit of a restricted view. I've decided to come around to the screen first just to see what's on the water here. Lovely dawn, nice mist across it. I've seen the kingfisher a couple of times, which is really nice. So have a little explore there over the other far side. Like I say, restricted view, but give that a couple of hours before moving on. Well, let's see what comes. Well, the ospreys, it's here. I spoke to a couple of helpers on the way around, and they said they'd been spotted the last couple of days, which was positive. And just scanning across, it's right over the far side. A bit too far away really to film, and I think one thing I've noticed is a lot of the trees have gone. They've obviously fallen over. They will look pretty rotten. So it's got a limited number of trees that it can perch upon. The favourite one I had was just to the left here, and it was reasonably close. So unless it comes on to the few remaining trees right in front here, it's going to be really difficult to film. But at least we know it's about. So there's only a singular one. Previous years I've had 2 or 3. So yeah, I'm going to give it. It's about 8:30 now. I'm going to give it to 9:30, 9:45, and then make a move. Using my A7 IV with the crop mode and digital zoom with another crop in post, this was the best image I could get without losing too much quality. Fortunately, there was not too much in the way of heat haze this early in the morning. The common terns seemed very unhappy with its presence and were intent on not giving the osprey a minute's peace. I was surprised it did not take flight, showing quite a bit of tolerance of this constant harassment. You can just make out the blue ring on the right foot. Even the magpies gave it no rest, looking for scraps of food, no doubt. Well, I think that's it. Sort of time's up. Go on to my next venue on the coast. really pleased that we did manage to see the osprey. It was, what was typical was a sort of, was observing it for about 45 minutes, taking, you know, some film, turns, bombing it, and then turn around just at the point when it took off, so I didn't get it in flight. Never mind. It's one of those things sometimes. So whether I give her another opportunity later on, probably going to spend a couple of weeks here, I would guess. Don't know. So yeah, onto the coast. On my arrival, I met another helpful photographer. He suggested a route which would take me past some horses and the possible sighting of some yellow wagtails. In an environment like this, it's a good idea to be alert to any birds perched on the many fences, posts and hedgerows. And off in the distance, amongst the stone chats, I could just make out a Whinchat, but at such a distance in the midday heat haze. It was certainly having a real effect on the image. After a few minutes, I decided to continue my walk, working my way along the coastal path. I spotted several Wheatear along the coast, presumably stopping off here before continuing their long migration to Africa. It was getting time to leave. The temperature and heat haze was increasing. I made the decision to have a chat with Denise over dinner to see if she was keen to join me for a dawn session. So we decided to come back in the morning. Denise didn't take much persuading. It was 3 words that I mentioned, and that was horses, sea and lunch. So yeah, because yesterday afternoon the images I got were a lot of heat haze, so hopefully we managed to get the Wheatear again, along with the Whinchat. But as I said to Denise, it's a lovely, lovely place. So if we can improve on the footage, brilliant. But if not, there's always lunch. The Whinchat was still present, but distance too far for Denise to photograph, but just in range to video. The yellow wagtails were still dicing with death, feeding so close to the horses' hooves. Apparently, Denise was unable to capture them. Not sure I believe her. I think she was more interested in her four-legged friends. We retraced my steps from the previous day, conscious of the time, as it was just past 8 o'clock. And in the distance, on the fence line, 2 Wheatears. Moving back and forth onto a small bramble bush. Finally, Denise was able to get close enough for a few images. Despite only being 9 o'clock, the haze was starting to have an effect, and this distant Whinchat was the last capture of our morning. I think that's it. It's amazing really how bright it gets quite early, sort of 9:30, 10 o'clock. And that's pretty much it. Starting to see the haze already. So I think we're going to call that a day. Amazing venue. Just lovely coming to such beautiful places. Really does make you realise that there's just so many places about which we need to take advantage of. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. Like always, great to catch you in the next one.